In this short video, I'm going to show you how to choose your French legal structure. So I'm going to keep it very basic because I could be talking about this for an hour, but really I want to give you an idea of the legal structures that exist in France. On one side, we have what we call sole traders, which means that the business is registered under your name, and that's the type of structure that freelancers tend to go for. And we have something called micro-entrepreneur, which you might also have heard as auto-entrepreneur. So this is a one-person business, and with this regime, your social charges are based on your sales. So it's a good fit for first-time freelancer or someone building an activity from scratch or someone with little expenses. The other type of sole trader is entreprise individuelle. So you might have heard about this one. And basically with this one, you can have the entrepreneur, but you could also add the partner, spouse, or someone with a civil union. And it's called conjoint collaborateur. So if you wanted to work as a couple on your activity, that would be a possibility. Entreprise individuelle is trickier to understand because basically your social charges are based on your profit, and they're calculated over 2 years. So for this type of business, you need to have an accountant. You need to be explained how the social charges work so that you can save enough every month to be paying the lump sum that you'd be asked to pay for the second year. So I really don't recommend at all this type of structure for expat. I would tend to go for micro-entrepreneur and then move on to incorporated business. So the incorporated business is when a business has its own legal entity, its own liability, so you're not liable anymore as a person. And basically we have a choice between two here, one called Earl Saul, Earl being one associate, Saul being two associates, and another one called SASU, SAS, SASU being one associate, SAS at least two associates. And basically the difference between the two is Earl and Saul. The social charges work the same as entreprise individuelle. They're based on your profit. So it tends to be activities where we need to be able to claim for high level of expenses, or we can reinvest in the business, or if we need to draw an income every month for your personal income. So that works very well. For instance, for many restaurants and hotels are using this type of business because they're going to keep reinvesting in the business, so they want to depreciate the equipment and claim for all the expenses. SAS-SASU is more similar to a UK limited or an American LLC, and this is where we're going to have a mix of a salary and dividends. So this type of activity works well if you have a high turnover, high profit, and you can actually afford to take a small salary or no salary at all and be waiting for dividends. Just be aware that if you don't take any salary, the business won't generate a health cover for you. So these are the choices that we have. Basically, we have on one side sole traders and then incorporated businesses. I would say that if it's the first time that you're starting a business, first time freelancing, first time in France, or you're building a business from scratch, I would tend to go for micro-entrepreneur at least for a year, and then review whether you want to move up, for instance, to a Earl or a SASU, or you might realize that it's actually working quite well for you. If you are at least two unrelated associates working on a business project, then you are looking at SAL or SAS, and then you need to work on some projection to see which one makes more sense for your activity. So these are the choices that you have. Which one do you think would work for your activity for now? Just write it down somewhere, and then later on you can spend some time to look more into how the taxes work for the regime that you've chosen.